Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Gary Grigsby's War in the East. Let's continue where we left off previously and start with Army Group North this time. So last time we did talk about getting an encirclement here. These guys moving up, trying to cut that rail line, things like that. But yeah, let's get started. So first thing that I want to do at that stage. The silly part here is that I'm actually moving my forces back and, using them in this direction. But I do think... Okay. Huh. That was a lot tougher than expected. Let's actually get the HQ closer. And launch another attack. Okay. So they got routed. I will have to... It's like 7, 4, 1, 0. So they would not make it regardless. 15, 12, 9. Potentially 6, 6. So 12, 9, 6 or 5. And then they can move one more hex. Oh yeah, I need even 2 hexes. Technically, because they're not encircled this way. But they are now. Alright, so we got a bunch of units here. At least for the moment. I still have to prevent them from escaping. And in order to do that, what I need to do is basically move you in here. They can stay. Well, they kind of have to stay. Let's put them in refit. That doesn't really help me all that much, but yeah, okay. So I needed a big force in order to deal with that, but that is pretty reasonable. I still have these two, and I think actually for the moment what I'm gonna do with these is I'm just gonna have them on refit for this turn, and I guess I want them to stay in here. So they will hopefully gain a reasonable amount of combat preparation or points for this turn, and also their fatigue will be down by quite a bit at that point, I think. Although for you, like, they can actually move quite a bit as well. I do actually have to deal with the pocket, so I will have to fight with some units. Yeah, let's just keep both of them refit there, so they can start assaulting this group on the next turn. All right. So that's one thing. if I were to still have a heavy attack, then I would probably use it on them. But I don't. Where does the rail end at this for this turn? Let's take a look. Because it is important for me as well to see up until where rail units are gonna go. These guys can't really move a whole lot further than this area anyway. They would not be able to attack anything. But neither do these. What I'm kind of looking to do at the very least is okay. 113. Okay. Yeah, that just retreated, but that doesn't actually help that much. Let's let's make sure we have that. Now, I can at least go and route them. And route them. I have no clue what's around this area, but I do aim to find out as well. And to maintain control over this area at the same time. I don't want them to escape, obviously. And they do have this tank division, which is a bit of a problem. Not gonna lie. You, huh? There's no way they can form up an attack force of some sorts. Let's just have them move that way. And then we have another 2 units that will have to move along the rail line. Let's just keep these on this hex and have them refit. Another infantry here. Okay. The reason why it's so important, is I need to break through to these guys at the very least, potentially encircling more. But I need to figure out a way to do that. At least from this side I have 2 more armored units left. It's not much. I mean, these could encircle or circle around too, but that's probably not the way to go. So what do you have? Do you have anything assigned? Not yet. Let's give them some units. And this Panzer division also has some pioneer battalions. Let's get started by, I guess, getting into Veliki Luki. That is apparently the easiest through this way. But I actually think I'd rather do this first. Okay. And with all of that, I will be putting these guys in refit, obviously. Now, at this point, I need some powerful panzer division, I guess, to break through this. I don't have any other regular infantry that can get there and do a heavy attack. So, I definitely need these. And let's see if I can assign them some support units. Okay, still lost quite a bit of tanks here. Okay. So I guess it's probably best also to keep you here then. Okay. Technically I have these guys, but I'm not really looking to do anything crazy now. One of the main problems is this area though. Like, these guys no longer have an ability to move by rail, and that is nice, I guess. But the main problem, if I want to go for an encirclement here, I'm quite sure they would have a line here at the very least, and probably a line like that too. There's also this in-between area to consider. And this area, although they would not be able to get units probably in between, like through here. Not necessarily, at least. At the very least, I need a little bit more information. So what I will do for sure is start moving forward the 42nd Corps. And they'll be able Also, at least to move in here. Now, I do believe second Panzer Group is already in assault mode. Yes, it is. So, alright, for all intents and purposes, I guess I will have them operate from that section. It's so close and encircling that you can practically feel it. But just not quite. 3, 2, 1, 0. And from there, I mean, I'm quite sure they'll be fine with just that one unit in there. It's heavily fatigued, but I don't really need a whole lot more. Let's see though. One, two, three, four. 5. I want to stick as close to a working railroad as possible. You only have 2. That's fine. For sure I'll be moving these. I would have to see where. Okay. Now, I do think that if some of these units can cross, it is probably a good idea that they do so. Over here as well. But I do need to, I think, hold the Rogachev. So let's at least go for that. These guys are gonna go down and gonna take that rail line further down here. So I We'll also be looking at taking that down. Let's get both of these, and I'm also going to take a look at what support units they can get. Okay, pretty good. So far, at least. Let's see, though. They might actually have a unit in there. It's a bit of a gamble, but it did pay off, at least a bit. No need to move them forward, and they'll be blocked as well. I could... What I want to do, I think... Well, they're supposed to just be a refit. But what I will most certainly do is actually move you in here. I know this sucks. Oh, jeez, they actually held. Come on. Don't make me lose a second time. How can they hold out so powerfully? Holy cow. Well, I have to keep trying. For them, it would be very hard to cross the river. And that's exactly what I want to stop. Now, taking this hex might not switch this one, and I do want to flip it. What I need to do, strangely enough, I think, is move you in here. Oh, geez, none of them flip, so they have another unit at least here. Yeah, it just has to be done. Okay. What I'll do is I will have this score to deal with this area. So they'll be rather trying to hold whatever enemy there is at bay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That doesn't work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess then this is... Let's put them here. That's a terrible place, but that's the best I feel like I can do. So I have the 43rd Corps try to deal with this side of the pocket while we close it. Yeah, no need to do that. I want to actually get Domanovici. See how far I can get. This is already good enough because at least I'm blocking that rail. Ultimately, I'll be looking to swing south, obviously, to move towards Kiev, but we'll have to see. At any rate, now that at least they have been pushed back, they also have something in there. Yeah, okay. I've had enough. I'll block them on that side, and you'll block them there. Or try to, at the very least. You cannot get in here, but maybe... No, they also cannot go there. Also a problem. What does it mean? It means... at the very least, that... well... I know that they have a pretty good defensive line there, but that's not the main issue. All right. Like, my biggest concern is that there will be a unit that will move here, and then they're just kind of out of that pocket already. Although at the same time, I do find this buildup of Soviet forces in that sector equally alarming. What I do feel like I could do, technically, is leave those alone, and then maybe... how far can you go? Like, if I can get a few units over in here... or at least two, attack them, and then also move in from this side. That might potentially allow me to encircle the Soviet forces north of Vitebsk. That is something I think also that is quite necessary. If I can build up some form of defense around like the Divina and these marshes here and things like that. I need to capture this rail line as well, so I will have to start moving up towards places like Toropets. Eventually. And then next turn potentially I can swing south and start encircling some of these forces too. They already no longer have that rail line. So that's also a very interesting thing that I could do. Let's for the moment actually take a look at a few other things. So I actually want to take a look at the OKH, and they currently have... well, let's take a look at Army Group North. So Army Group North actually does have place for a few more units, one or two, at the very least. And I know that I'm not sending any reinforcements there right now, but let's see if I can muster up some forces. Okay. Let's assign these two also to the 16th Army. I'll take a look which corps might be available. So the 10th Corps would have them quite easily, I guess. So send some units to Army Group North. Then this unit, I can actually transfer it. So if I get it off the train, we'll actually transfer the 260th Infantry Division, I guess, to North Africa, where we have a shortage of ground forces as well. Let's do that. Now, besides that, I will probably have to send some more forces to the Soviet garrison. If we take a look at the reinforcements and such, we should see that most likely where are they going? Does it show any of them that will... Yeah, currently they only have these and more flak, which is all well and fine, but I think I also sent the 8th Cavalry Division. Access reserves, access reserves. Those are all going to the Soviet Union garrison. That's fine, but I thought I had the 8th Cavalry already in there. Soviet Union garrison, I do not. Then where did that unit go? Let's sort it by name. Okay, that was not the greatest of ideas. There we go. 8th Cavalry, 8th SS Cavalry Brigade. Where are you? They're in... I sent them to Finland. There we are. Let's take a look at the Finnish garrison. Let's see though, because if they... When do they arrive? Finland, motorized Finnish infantry battalion. It might take a while before they arrive. 8th SS Cavalry Brigade, yeah. It will only arrive on turn 6. Alright, so I have to send something else to the garrison theater box at the very least. And I know that all of these security divisions, they will go after some time. Now, the weird thing is, at least I thought that sending them... Okay, there we go. Did have a delay of 2 now? Let's see. So, if I were... I cannot send you, but I can probably send you. Yeah. Transfer delay is 2, so at the very earliest, they'll get there on turn 6. Not sure I want that. I'll just see how well things go with the security divisions at that point. Yeah, I know it's sucky, but they might as well walk. As far as I'm concerned. It'll still take a while before they get there. Okay, so I got both of those in there. Now, if I... What's the distance now? 8. Okay. Where are my depots? They're currently here and here. So I actually would not mind holding this depot like that. And it seems like they're indeed making a whole lot of use out of this. Well, that's good, I suppose. It's currently the only way to get there, though. And the supplies through this area must be terrible getting there. So I guess those are fine. Then Second Army HQ. Oh, where was the other one? Let's just keep this on. Yeah, let's move you here to boost the use of that depot as well. All right. So what I was busy with is you guys have the 98th Infantry Division yet. All right. 98th Infantry Division can keep going along the rail line. Get out. And not be put under this corps. I put the 53rd under the 2nd Army. And then you'll be put under the 53rd. How overburdened is Army Group Center? Not overburdened. That is excellent. I'm very happy with that. But at the very least, it does take care of this. It also means a 2nd Army still needs to be put under Army Group Center. And they're currently not, so they're going to be overburdened. Okay. Yeah. What it technically means, because Army Group North is currently not even close to being overburdened, it means that I need to attach a 3rd Panzer Group to Army Group North. For all intents and purposes, that's what it needs to be. Because, you know, otherwise Army Group Center will be overburdened. I know, like, understandably, that means that their scope will increase. Like, it's also very weird that they will have to work together with Army Group Center in a way. But if you kind of think about it and look at the map, then I guess at the very least Kalinin, I would say in terms of objectives, will be part of Army Group North. Just as much as Kursk is, I think, still Army Group Center. Like, you would kind of like divide it basically over up in here, where Kursk is an objective for Army Group Center, the southern part of Army Group Center. But you'd kind of draw a line here for Army Group South. And then in between that kind of is Army Group Center along this line, where I think Chula and then Ryazan would be Army Group Center, and everything north of that, in a way, would be part of Army Group North, as ever you want to you call it, but at least for the moment I need to divide them that way in order to make sure that they're not overburdened. Otherwise, I guess there would be a lot of trouble. Either way, let's move you back in here. We got those guys there. That's looking good. Now, let's take a look at these. No additional units there. Alright, well, what I'm going to do for now... Yeah, okay. Things have been taking a little bit longer than usual, but this is, I guess, also quite a crucial turn in a way. I don't know how they get the rail line here. That it just doesn't make... Oh, it's an airbase. They get it from rail? It's a bit of a longer episode, but there are so many things here during this turn that have to be taken into account. Like last turn, it was just... I don't know. It wasn't a disaster. That's definitely not it. But the situation definitely needs salvaging, if you want to call it like that. But we can still fix things. Things can still be okay, I think. If we can hold this pocket and potentially either down here or up here, hold this pocket for this turn, I think we're setting ourselves up for, you know, an excellent position. I think the south also already went a lot better. This is obviously just straight up empty. So it's just a matter of walking there. Although I would expect, you know, the road to Kiev to be quite protected. I don't think I could just, you know, go there whenever I feel like it. Most likely what I'll need to do is move in here and attack these. I don't necessarily see myself getting a second encirclement. I would have to be these or them, but I don't see myself going around Vinnytsia through this way. Actually, it's very likely there are more troops there. So I think that's straight up not going to happen. When did they capture Nikolaev? August 16. That's still a little while. Alright, either way, I'm gonna wrap things up here. Thanks for watching. Do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Special shout out to all my Patreon supporters: Boom Narao, Dungeon Pastor, Tomislav Trillion, Thomas B. Marshall, C Data, and Swords. Thanks for watching, take care, and bye-bye.